Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Once again, the left has embarrassed themselves. Sure, they may be celebrating the recent gubernatorial races that went their way, but that doesn't mean they're any less dumb. In fact, they continue to prove this on a daily basis nearly every time they open their fat traps about their causes. Of course, their only problem is that they operate on emotion, whereas the right likes to use common sense, critical thought, and facts to make an informed decision. Proving just how far off base that the left can be, we're still seeing calls for gun control after the Texas shooting. However, Devin Kelley, the shooter, got his hands on a gun by lying on the form that would have automatically banned him from ownership. As if that wasn't bad enough, we've since learned that Air Force officials, under former President Barack Obama's administration, didn't forward the killer's criminal background history, meaning that the FBI's background check didn't show anything wrong, even though there clearly was. In short, there were multiple failures at many levels that allowed for this guy to get a gun, but, in the end, it was still illegal for him to own one. Rather than ensure the current laws are being enforced, the left wants more anti-gun legislation, despite the fact that it wouldn't have done anything to keep this from happening, but rather just the opposite since it was a law-abiding gun owner who ended Kelley's rampage. Sadly, this glaring reality isn't enough to keep the morons from talking about guns as the problem. MSNBC host Joy Reid most recently decided to embarrass herself some more, as Edge Review reports. Taking her usual self-righteous stance upon her high horse, she dropped the tweet simply saying, "The NRA is soaked and bathed in blood. How do its adherents sleep at night? The NRA is soaked and bathed in blood. How do its adherents sleep at night?" Joy Reid, at Joyanne Reid, November 5, 2017. Of course, she doesn't want to talk about the fact that Planned Parenthood and other abortion groups have killed 60 million babies since Roe v. Wade, a literal genocide, but instead wants to attack the NRA, who has killed absolutely no one. Too bad for her, she was about to get a heaping dose of knowledge dropped on her as those evil NRA members were quick to respond. First, James would smack the smug grin right off her face. With a Beretta on the nightstand in case yet another #Democrat decides to go on a rampage. Pic.twitter.com web link. James Woods, at RealJamesWoods, November 6, 2017. Then, other pissed-off Americans let her have it, too. Pic.twitter.com web link. Alice, at Alice72850, November 6, 2017. I sleep very well with my shotgun and pistol. The only thing that will stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. OwnSoldiersMem, at OwnSoldiersMem, November 5, 2017. The NRA didn't do this any more than Dodge, Ford or Chevy did it in NYC. Leave it to you freaking liberals to make it political first. Frank, at 37th time, November 5, 2017. What idiots like Reid don't understand is that the NRA isn't just some rich corporation that serves their own purpose. It's actually an entity meant to protect the rights of members who all pay to get some help against morons on the left. Liberals say that the government needs to start listening to the people rather than the NRA, but they're too dumb to see the simple truth in front of them. The NRA does represent the people. In fact, it represents such a large amount of people, who are all willing to put their money where their mouth is and pay membership fees because they feel so passionately about the Second Amendment. In the end, Reid is her own worst enemy as she's exposed herself to be as un-American as they come. Both life and guns are protected by the Constitution, but she literally argues against both. You don't get to pretend that you're fighting for the sanctity of life after 26 people die while you are also totally fine with the practice that has taken the lives of 60 million people. That's just hypocrisy at its finest, and honestly, it's a shame how anyone could even pretend to be so heartless. Keep riding your high horse, though, my guess is, it's going to be rather painful when you finally fall off. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.